Can you guys hear me? Yes, I was asking the chat. Beautiful, thank you. Historian, you're on Twitter, right? I think I recognize your name. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm actually, since I think you're new to the stream. We're currently in the third episode of this game, and there's five total. But I'm teaching with this game right now with one of my classes, where one of the students is playing through Twitch like this, while the rest of us are watching and discussing in the chat. Have you used any video games yourself? Cool. What's something you've done before? Nice. I've never actually done that myself. Yeah, I tend to use more narrative-focused games where it's just kind of playing through the story and analyzing how the video games tell their story and looking at literary elements, rhetorical devices. Oh yeah, the coronavirus has kind of mucked up everyone's plans. I'll go ahead and get started. Each of these episodes take a little bit over an hour. So if you can stay the whole time, that's great. If not, no worries. It's kind of told like a TV show, so it always has a previously on and a next time on.
Of course I know these two. Regina here is the chairwoman of Wayne Enterprises.
You can't trust anyone in Gotham. Least of all those you call friend. Your parents learned that the
Oh, that's unfortunate. I've never actually used the Assassin's Creed myself because I now teach U.S. history.
Just felt
so if I ever do get back to teaching world history, I'll try and use one of the educator modes, the discovery tours that they got going on.
Cobblepot wants retribution because we took his family's land. Your father, Falcone, and I, we had ways of getting anything we wanted. How do you think your family got the land for Wayne Tower?
But what would Harvey think? The two of us, working together? Are we alone?
Yeah, we're alone.
Let's get out of here.
right? And the purpose of choosing this game,
Just
for
so we're
Telltale
clear,
games in general, are known for
you
their
and me,
dialogue choices, where you
we're
get
on
to
shaky ground.
choose
No,
how
listen
kind
to
of how
me.
the story
The
progresses. So
excessive violence, it can't
we went
go
with this
on.
game so that my students can analyze how effective
So,
the dialogue
sorry,
choices
ladies
are
and
as a
gents,
storytelling
as you
medium.
might have guessed, there's been a change to tonight's program.
Oh yeah, totally. I definitely am lucky that my administration is super
We need a
understanding,
new moderator.
and
You
let me
there?
pretty much
Yes.
teach with whatever I
Thank
want.
you for volunteering.
But I know that's definitely not the case at most schools.
Brothers and sisters of Gotham, you have nothing to fear. We are the children of Arkham.
Yeah, there are definitely, this game might be tough for middle school because it's very mature, but there are lots of other games with dialogue choices that are probably more suited towards middle schoolers. The easiest one to start with, which I use, is called Emily is Away. It's like 45 minutes total, and it's told through an old school like AIM chat, like an AOL Instant Messenger thing, where you get to choose the similar types of dialogue choices.
Mayor Dent. You know, I always assumed Harvey would win, but...
There's a second one that's
One by
set up as like an
default.
old school Facebook page
He's probably pissed he didn't get
that I
his
haven't played yet, but I really
landslide
want
fair and
to.
square.
Hey, Harvey's going to be okay.
You don't know that. I keep wondering. Why did you do it? Harvey needed you. Why save me? Harvey's your
Yeah, at this
best
point, there
friend.
is a
I'm
choice between saving Selena
nothing to
Kyle
you.
or Harvey Dent,
I just don't get it.
I did
and
it
we went with Selena
Because
Kyle.
I care about you.
I don't think I can do this.
What are you talking about?
I don't want to see what... I just can't, okay? I have to go. I'm sorry. Just go in without me.
Harvey needs you right now. Do it for him.
I'm sorry, Bruce. I wish I could, but
You can.
it's my fault he's in there. I don't have anything to say to him that would make this better.
And as we play
Please,
through this, I
Bruce.
try to make
Don't
choices
tell
that
him
are
I was
different
here.
from the
I don't
ones
think he'd
my
understand.
students made. So I'm playing this like a week lag with my students. My students played this episode last week. And I'm going to go through and choose different options to see kind of how it affects the story.
Running unopposed. After a rather lackluster election, Mayor Dent was sworn in from his hospital bed. Word is he's still recovering from major injuries
Bruce.
sustained at the event.
You look terrible, Harv.
You know, you are actually the first person to say that. I haven't actually seen it yet. They've had me wrapped up this whole time. Numbed beyond belief. Maybe it's not that bad. I mean, my family, we heal quick. Could be fine.
It's what's on the inside that counts, right? You'll always be beautiful to me, Harv.
Oh, man. Come on, that's what they tell the girl who doesn't get asked to prom. Yeah, easy. I appreciate the effort, though.
Oh, what have you got there?
I brought you some flowers. Though I see I'm not the first.
Yeah, well, my mother and my secretary. Every sick boy's dream. One woman I thought would visit, or at least call, hasn't. Selena's been a no-show.
And one thing I told my students to
I
focus
thought
on
she'd
with
at
this
least come by
episode
to
is how
congratulate me, if
it's
nothing
really
else.
just as much a Bruce Wayne story as it is a Batman story.
Guess we weren't as close as I thought. Guess I can't blame her. The way I look now.
Yeah, she's probably just busy, hasn't had a chance to come by yet. You'll hear from her.
Easy for you to be optimistic about women. Pretty sure no one ever loses Bruce Wayne's number. I am glad you're here, though. God, it's been footage of the debate over and over. Look at me, preaching it. What a great guy you are, while I go and get my face bashed in. It's easy. Every news station is showing it. Just regurgitating the same old sound bites.
I tried to warn you, Harvey.
I know, but he paid for it. I was helpless, Bruce. Helpless. Couldn't do anything. Penguin would have just beaten me to death right there in front of everyone. He wanted to.
My students turned off the TV, so I'm going to let them vent.
Yeah, I can still hear him laughing. What they did to Hill, to the moderator. I have to live with that.
But you heard them up there. The Penguin and that maniac on screen.
This isn't over. I need to stay ahead of them.
What's going on, Potter?
Trying to
So
cause discord.
you didn't miss much. We just visiting him in the hospital after he got hurt from last episode.
All the more reason for me to stand up tonight and give the people hope.
Wait, tonight? I thought you were supposed to be recovering.
And as you can tell, he's
My
now
assistant is on her way to pick me up.
in Two-Face mode.
Election, I was able to talk the hospital into releasing me early.
Not that they're too happy about it. All the doctors keep telling me to take it easy. But how can I? Well, stay in the chair, Mr. Dent. Oh, don't overexert yourself, Mr. Dent.
Yeah, well, you never did play by the rules, did you?
Potter, how's your
You say
week
that
been?
like it's a bad thing.
You good?
Come on, you do the same in my position. Which is why I won't even try to tell you to not look into those tapes. I know how much you loved your father, Bruce. I know that debate was hard on you, too. Finding out your dad drugged Esther Cobblepot, Hill admitting to having both of them killed. It's a lot to process.
There's no cat food within 2 hours of your place?
Just because I keep reliving
How is
it
that
doesn't
possible?
mean you want to.
This just proves that I never really knew him. He was just hiding who he really was.
I'm sorry. I know you'll pull through this.
Look, I realize what a terrible friend I've been to you. I was so focused on the campaign. I thought distancing myself from you was the only option. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Harvey. I appreciate that.
I'll make it up to you.
So this plays out the same, even though I've made different choices from my students previously. Where my students gave him money, I chose to stop giving him money. But this scene ends up being the same.
Coming from near the GCPD? That's one way to get the guy's attention.
That makes sense.
And look, I should get going, Harv.
What, already? What else do you have to do? My assistant won't be here for another hour. You can
I have a
stay
date.
if you want.
Bruce always goes on dates. That's what he's known for.
What? Why didn't you say so? Well, don't keep a lady waiting on my account. I do want to hear all about her later, though, all right?
My students are going to be stoked about that because they've been clamoring about it for a while.
Arkham? Can you confirm?
Negative. They're taking shots at us whenever we get close.
Understood. Stay on them. We'll think of something.
A little help.
Historian, totally. So
Hang in
my
there,
students who have seen tons of Batman movies and shows in the past are constantly noting about how these characters are different than the ones that they're used to.
I'm doing what I can.
So one activity I might have them do is like write some sort of fan fiction where they create their own take on these characters. Since it's kind of what this game is.
Bad on it, Jim.
You give me a number to call, I'll rethink my methods. I'm just glad it got your attention. I didn't have a lot of options. So, here we are.
It's pretty obvious.
Says the man dressed like a giant bat. I'd rather have you arrested than come to you for help. But the truth is, we're desperate. I'm calling a truce. Just for tonight.
Bring me up to speed.
Right. Renee Montoya, one of my officers.
The one who tried to shoot me.
I know, but hear me out. She's trying to clear her name after those animals manipulated her into killing Falcone. She's supposed to be on leave, but she got a tip on the children of Arkham's chemical stash everywhere all of a sudden. Where the hell they all come from? I never heard of them before. Then that debate. Oh, they're tearing up the entire city.
Never mind how this began. We have to focus on ending it.
If you've got any bright ideas how to do that, I'm all ears.
Gordon, this is Schultz. Over.
Gordon here.
Game.
We got a problem with the mayor, sir.
What happened? Is he okay?
I don't know. We lost him. He took off and left us behind.
Christ, one more crisis I can't deal with right now. We've got to keep both Montoya and Dent safe. Somehow.
I'm on it. You there?
So,
Always.
Launch the drones. I need eyes on the city.
Lucius has made some upgrades. I'll let him explain.
Who are you talking to? You got a whole team?
Oh, in the last episode, the previous mayor.
and Wayne Enterprises.
Batman, so listen. The first model was only equipped for visual surveillance, but seeing how you use them at the skyline, I thought you'd need an audio feed as well. The microphones are incredibly sensitive. They can pick up sounds from up to 500 yards. In some cases, you'll even be able to hear through walls, like
that can be a little
X-ray
sarcastic.
peering.
And why didn't I already have this?
Tech upgrades take time. I do run your actual research and development department as well.
Any idea where they might be?
Montoya's car was spotted crossing the bridge to Arkham Island. Could be where the handoff is happening.
There might have been. I think it's just because it's now past the time of the election.
Probably headed to his acceptance.
But I'm not really positive
just
about
left the
that.
hospital and we lost sight of
That
him.
could be just a misstep in writing. So here is one of the choices that will change the story. So my students chose to go to Harvey, which means I'm going to go to Montoya to see how the game changes if I go here. But we can listen to both of them first.
Barrels of this stuff to transfer. And not a big window to unload all of that. They said they wanted it done tonight, so it's gotta be done. You wanna argue with them? Be my guest. You just keep an eye out for that cop.
Nobody move! This is the police!
Get her!
Let's listen to Harvey.
No, please, just leave it. It's not gonna get any better.
But you're
I do, yeah, so
Then let Gotham see it.
we'll be playing again next week. I'll spend like 5 minutes just going over some of the things that changed based on my playthrough of it.
God, is this guy trying to drive us off the road?
Because it helps them, because they need to analyze how effective dialogue choices are, and one of the things that they brought up is that it doesn't always seem like the narrative changes too much, where you're still kind of going down the same path, even though you do have some freedom in the story choices, but it's not always, one of the criticisms of the game is that nothing really changes in the end, so they get to analyze it in that capacity. I don't think any of them are here right now. One of them might show up, one of them might not.
Headed to the construction site.
They know I'm here, but they've also already seen this, so if they don't want to see it again, I'm not going to force them to come watch again.
I'll round up what officers I can. Gonna have to head out there myself, too. I know this is risky, Batman. Just be careful.
I never played through the Game of Thrones one.
Unit 6, requesting backup. Corner of...
Oh, I died. I was not paying attention. Alright, one more time. I was messing around with my computer, trying to chat what's going on. It's fine, going forward. Ooh, that's nasty.
I got this one.
It's over. Drop the gun.
Look, I promise I'm not gonna shoot you, okay? I used to think you were a threat, but wrong. We both have much bigger problems right now. I'm sorry.
I think there's a glitch in the game. She's not showing up. She did not load in.
Shown up when you did.
You want forgiveness? Look
There's
somewhere
just a character
else.
speaking on my screen. There's no one there.
I've got your back, all right? I don't know what I was thinking, coming out here alone.
That's funny.
I really blew it. I could be dead. Or you could be dead. And it'd be on me.
You're lucky I was here to clean up the mess you made. This was reckless.
You're one to talk. I don't need a lecture coming from you, Batman. I still don't understand how they knew I was coming.
I know that's not the internet. That's just the game.
Sent 3 black and whites to stop our guys going after Dent. And the chatter sounds like Gordon's with them.
Someone's gotta help Gordon. They know he's coming. Go. I'll see what I
What
can
up, Space
find.
Cow?
I'm not giving up on this.
So now I'm wondering, so when I did it with my students, we went and saved Dent, and I'm wondering how that plays out differently. Montoya never comes back. She's just invisible for the rest of the game.
Whereabouts? Not sure how. I need an update on Harvey.
Bringing it up now.
Deborah, get down!
Mr. Dent, what did you do to him?
I said get back in the car! There's more of them coming!
Put down your weapon! There's too many of them! Everybody take cover!
You'd better get down there.
On my way.
I think, Space Cow, it's there's something up with my internet, and I'm not positive why. Can you guys see the game, or is it just audio? Can you guys see now?
Self-defense, he says. New mayor's pretty tough, turns out. Killed one of those guys attacking him with his bare hands.
Dent
Cool.
did that.
So this is interesting. So Dent actually killed
Guess
someone
the fella's
here,
lucky
whereas
Dent got to
if
him
you went and
before you
saved him
did
as
that.
Batman, no one would die.
You're wrong about me. I'd have put him in jail. So unless you're making a comment on the
So
justice
not going to save
system,
him actually pushes him more
afraid
towards
I've been
being
misinformed.
the Two-Face that we all know.
They get around to us eventually. But you hurt them first, don't you? They beg for mercy, but you never give it. At least this one died quick.
We got our asses handed to us.
They knew you were coming.
How? We've been using a secure channel. You saying we got a leak? Gordon to command. Anyone there?
Command here. What is it, Gordon?
Turn that off.
What?
It's been compromised. The children of Arkham are listening in on the GCPD's communications.
That's the same, though. This scene is not changed.
You copy?
I'm gonna look into this. I'll let you know what I find.
Or it's slightly different in that Harvey Dent here did not say a single word. I think so. Space Cow, can you see?
Bruce?
The GCPD's been compromised. The children of Arkham were listening the whole time.
How?
That's what I'm going to find out. Alfred, I'm sending over evidence of some kind of encrypted communication signal.
It's coming up on my screen now, but I'm afraid it looks like a bunch of gibberish to me.
I wonder if
go
it's
to Wayne
because
Tower
I
and look
kind of
into this.
reworked how my router
Get
works
me
last
Lucius on
week.
the line.
Because
Yes,
usually there's
right
a
away.
5G and a
If the
5G2.
public finds out the police aren't able
But I
to
put on smart
communicate,
delivery where they automatically connect whatever best suits it. I'm wondering if my PS4 connected to the slower one.
I'm not sure of anything right now, but Lucius will have answers. I have a feeling we've only seen the tip of the iceberg.
hopefully it doesn't sink us, sir. I have Lucius on the line now.
Bruce, are you there? I'm looking at this data Alfred sent me. It's messy.
I have to know what the children of Arkham are doing. How fast can you decrypt?
It's a tough one, but I should have it cracked soon if you can meet me at Wayne Tower.
Already on my way.
Everyone hates me, apparently. Even my employees hate me.
Almost there, Lucius.
I'll meet you down in the lab. Some aspects of the Children of Arkham surveillance are worrying.
Great.
Bruce.
Chairwoman.
I didn't think you'd be here.
So now my students acted nicely towards this woman, so I'm going to not do that.
Must seem silly. After everything that's happened. You know what they say about old habits.
You shouldn't be here.
I'm sorry. I just needed someplace to think.
You have your own office, Regina.
I know it's irregular, but it's a
I want an
comfort
office
to
like
have
this.
somewhere to remind me of the Waynes in all their glory. I've been called in for an emergency board meeting.
I wasn't told about it.
You weren't invited, Bruce. You are the topic of discussion for the board. They want to decide what your future at this company will be. Whether to dismiss you or not. You have to understand, Bruce. This company is bigger than any one individual.
My students said I've done
to
nothing
keep
wrong.
face. And after this scandal...
What? They can't fire me.
It's possible they can. It's the most logical solution, with the business in jeopardy. It doesn't mean I have to agree with it, though.
Bruce, I've got something. You need to get down here. Now.
I worked with your parents for years, and neither of them gave any indication of foul play. How could you have ever known?
Bruce.
You're nothing like him, Bruce. We always build up the people closest to us. When they fall...
So I'm gonna try to get out because
I need you to leave.
I
want to
just
see how it
trying to-
changes.
I know, but please just go.
Fine. The board is waiting for me anyway. Don't
So-
forget who your allies are, Mr. Wayne.
So
I'll come
when,
find
if
you
you're nice to her, she says that she'll advocate for you. I wonder how that changes going forward.
I'll be right down, Lucius.
Sometimes I feel like they put in unnecessary quick time buttons like that. One of my students today even said, "Mister, this is just a movie." Of course, he was one of the students who's watching it happen, and not actually playing it. He still enjoys the story. It is very film-esque,
It's good to hear
rather
she's
than
still in your corner.
a typical game that they're used to
Spying on
playing.
my conversations again?
Hey, I'm looking out for you. There have been whispers that the board was going to take action against you. If you lose the company, Batman will take a massive hit too. I know the cave is well equipped, but all of this is owned and paid for by the company.
The board's in a panic, but this'll die down before it comes to that.
I'm glad you're being optimistic about this, but I'm not so sure.
Right now, finding out how the Children of Arkham are spying on the police is more important. What have you got?
It's Wayne Tech, Bruce. As you know, Wayne Enterprises is a telecommunications giant. If someone were to, say, build a backdoor into that tech...
You're telling me the Children of Arkham hacked into the system?
So that's the thing. Do you want the good news or the bad news? You're not gonna like it.
My students say good news first, so I'll say the bad news first.
Lately. Might as well just pile more on.
Well, you see this back door they're using? I built it.
You? What are you talking about?
When your mission as Batman started, you needed a way to monitor the city. Well, this is how. I piggybacked Batman's surveillance onto Wayne Enterprises' signal.
If the children of Arkham have access to the same system, does that mean they know my identity?
It looks like they've only accessed the GCPD so far. Not a lot of activity otherwise.
I'll have Alfred warn Gordon. The GCPD needs to get rid of their Wayne Tech devices.
Smart move.
Alfred responded very quickly to that text message. I find it suspicious.
I've encrypted our access. I can fortify
Alright, so the first question I actually had my students write down an answer for is whether or not they think the dialogue choices provide enough different options.
In the first place.
And
been able to find it.
I'm just looking at one student who answered
whoever broke in
so far, and she said that throughout the episode she thinks that Bruce's and Batman's choices really affected the way the story was told. She thinks that they do provide enough options because depending on how the protagonist is shown in different moments of the game, or it changes their actions, and in many cases
I'm going to keep working on this.
He's trying to protect his identity from... I'm not going to say it yet because that might be a slight spoiler. But the student in particular does think that there are enough dialogue choices. But it's probably worth mentioning that this student was never really familiar with video games before taking my class.
Thermal vision.
So someone who has more experience playing video games might think otherwise.
Ooh, what's this?
Something I'm still working on. Some new armament.
But it's nice that she thinks that they're providing adequate choices for Bruce or Batman in the game.
But it's not really ready yet. A new sticky bomb I developed. The signal is activated on the underside. Attach it wherever you need, then detonate it remotely with your gauntlet. Boom.
Nice.
Be careful. Those things pack a serious punch.
So, anything new?
This is gonna take some time. Don't worry. I'll let you know when I find something.
Newly elected Mayor Harvey Dent gave a rousing speech late last night, refuting claims that the children of Arkham were gaining control in Gotham. Despite his run-in with the masked group on the way to the event, people are still hopeful that Mayor Dent can pull through on his campaign promises.
Who are the children of Arkham really fighting
to.
for? Who is Batman really protecting? Because it's not us. It's time that we, not masked vigilantes and violent fringe groups, fought for ourselves.
So I was wondering if this would change, but it didn't. So no matter what your choices are previously, he's still skeptical of Batman, regardless if you saved him earlier or not.
Citizens of Gotham, and this is our city.
Next up, we speak to Commissioner Grogan regarding increased security measures citywide.
Tiffany's really taking after you. And Luke, stubborn as always.
I think of what Gotham has become, and I think of them. They give me all the reason I need to work with Batman. He's the only one that will truly protect them.
And he will, Lucius. Always. Looks like another invaluable piece of Lucius Fox technology.
One more, I think. Yeah.
I always wonder why you had a table that could hide itself. Guess it's coming in pretty handy now.
Trust me, it was much more paranoia than precaution.
That was weird. Why make him walk around the table if he's just gonna pop back up? That's the thing with Telltale games. The engine is not the best, like so you get kind of weird situations like that.
And before you do...
Or like when Mentoya didn't show up at all.
Here. Get that back to the Bat computer. It'll install the added security measures. You'll also have all the info I found on the Children of Arkham's activity within the system.
Thanks, Lucius.
I've always got your back, Batman. Now get
How did
out
you know
of
it
here.
was me?
Regina doesn't like to be kept waiting.
How's the game been running on your guys' end? Has it been better?
Mr. Wayne. Bruce. Open up. I thought maybe you left.
Yeah, right.
Well, the board has voted.
And have they sent the
My
chairwoman to wield
suspicion
the
is that
axe?
this is going to probably play out about
You're
the same
being
as
asked
the
to
way my
step
students
down
did
from your
it.
position as CEO. Effective immediately. At least until this whole mess gets cleaned up.
My students said
I
they
won't do it.
understand.
Bruce.
This is my company. My name.
And that name is exactly why we're in this situation. This isn't a request, Bruce. I asked to slow all this down, but the press release is going out as we speak. There will be a public event in the morning where you will formally announce your resignation. I'm sorry, Bruce. I tried to fight for you. The board believes this is the only logical course of action. I see where they're coming from.
Well, you should have fought hard.
Most of the dialogue on her
The
end
board
seems
would
to
have
be
listened to
the same.
They'd already made up their minds. I did what I could. You have to trust me on that. Our stock is tanking. The board is losing confidence. Wayne Enterprises needs a new face. They already had a candidate in mind. I thought it was... I was outvoted. Remember, he'd only be interim CEO, just until this mess gets cleared up.
And who would that be?
It's our best friend.
Oswald Cobblepot.
Bruce, old boy. Good to see you again.
I'm gonna hug him because my students refused.
As you know, Oswald's parents were, well, victims of your father's actions. This company was built on the land he stole from the Cobblepot family.
Oh, the board thought having me step in would be a good PR move.
What better way to show Gotham that Wayne Enterprises is committed to righting the wrongs of the past?
Happy to help any way I can. People aren't much behind the Wayne name now. And considering that your parents stole from mine, Cobblepot sits
Forget
easier on
what
the
my
tongue.
students
I
showed
don't
here.
need your help. I can fix this myself.
Well, that's admirable, but your name is tarnished, Bruce. You need me.
Unfortunately, he's right. Any move from you, no matter how genuine, would appear self-serving at this point. The board has complete confidence in Mr. Cobblepot. As his resume goes into great detail, his endeavors in England have been quite successful. Besides, the company basically runs itself at this point. The CEO is mostly a figurehead. Don't make this harder than it has to be.
I'll play it nice because my students were calling him
Well,
a
then
criminal.
I guess congratulations are in order. It's nice to know you'll be the one trapped in this tiny office all day.
Oh, I'm sure it's bigger than it looks.
I'm afraid we need you to leave the building immediately. We'll
That's
have your
interesting.
personal
So that
effects
that
sent to you.
is kind of hinting him knowing about the secret passage, which he did not say on my student's playthrough. It's unclear whether or not he knows Bruce is Batman, but here that kind of implies that he does know.
Alfred.
I'm not really
how
sure.
Sweet. Graduation present. Surely we could let him take this along. Oh, Bruce,
And I was wondering if that was
clumsy.
going to change
No
if you
wonder you're
were
not being
nicer to
trusted
him,
with
but
nice
it doesn't.
things
So he
anymore.
breaks
I'll call someone
that
in
no
to
matter
clean that
what.
up. It'll only take a minute.
Oh, Bruce and I can handle it.
My students
No
punched
trouble.
him.
Right, Bruce?
Apologies,
So I'm not
I don't know where
going
my
to
head
punch him.
was.
Probably halfway out the door, mate. No worries.
Yeah, that must be it. Careful clean that up, Oz. You might cut yourself.
Time to go, Bruce.
Yes, Bruce. Time to go.
See, when my
I have a
students do
little
it, they actually called in
redecorating
security
do.
to escort
Your
Bruce
taste
out.
is a little too discreet for me. I think that maybe I'll add a fish tank. A large one. Something exotic.
I know you, Oswald. I know what you really are.
I'm no different than you, mate. Just a hard-working citizen. Looking out for Gotham.
I doubt that.
This way, Bruce. I'll have IT come set you up.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Regina.
So different. That definitely played out differently than with my students. Because my students, it was actually an entire fight between you and Oswald.
It happened, didn't it? They're out of their minds. They can't do this to you.
This isn't over yet, Lucius.
The entrance.
I took care of it.
We can't let anyone find out what's down there, Bruce. There are ways they could get in. You know that.
Just stay out of it. Don't go near it, and they won't be able to connect it to you.
It's not that easy.
Lucius, I need to know there's someone I can trust on the inside.
I'm here for you, Bruce. I've always been here for you, not them. If I stay, I'll have to stop working on our side project. That means no new tech, no repairs if you need them. I could keep an eye on things for you.
That is interesting. So my students had him stay at Wayne Enterprises. I'm going to tell him to come with me.
Come work for me.
And I
Won't be what you
noticed
have here,
that
but at least we
in
can keep
their
pace on the new
version that
tech.
Batman's armor was getting cracked and broken, so he couldn't repair them. So I'm
Thanks,
wondering
Lucius.
if that's actually going to change now going forward.
Keep that drive safe.
Bruce Wayne will speak on the issue at a press event tomorrow morning, where we'll learn more about his decision to step down. More on that in a moment.
So I'm currently using this for yeah. So I teach U.S. history, but then I also teach a separate elective English language arts class, and that class is dedicated to using video games as text. So this is in that English language arts class.
I don't know. Having it easy sounds a little boring.
I do use games in my history class as well sometimes, though.
Perhaps that's why you never take a vacation.
With the children of Arkham accessing Wayne Tech, I have to figure out what their next
Like
move
I've used
is.
the game Valiant Hearts: The Great War, which goes over World War One. I've used Gone Home, which goes over LGBT youth in the 90s.
Bring up a searchable network of all possible electronic traffic related to Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah, Valiant Hearts is good. Valiant Hearts would actually probably be pretty good for middle schoolers because it's not. I mean, there's some violence in it, but it's not too violent by any means.
Lucius was very thorough. It means that they could have eyes and ears into almost everything in Gotham. Just like Batman. They had access to the GCPD, we know that. The real question is, what else they'd be interested in. Filter for possible targets
Valiant
based
Hearts
on
does have a
known
lot of
Children
breeding,
Arkham activity.
so there's not any spoken dialogue in that game, and it's all visual, but throughout the game are primary sources embedded into it, so there's lots of text that you can pick up and read about World War One, in different aspects of World War One.
Patients committed to Arkham going back 20 years.
A rather extensive list.
With my father's signature as the transferring doctor. Security footage.
These date back decades.
I've read the video at the debate. It's real. This is how they found their evidence. Something Hill did gave them access. At least now I know the truth.
Yeah, Gone Home is one of my favorite games to teach with.
City Hall, record of Gotham mayors.
Hill had been in office for so long, it's hard to remember a time when he wasn't mayor.
Look at this. Theodore Cobblepot. Deceased 2 weeks before the election.
I've never actually written a review on Steam myself, but I usually play games on PlayStation or Switch.
Cleared out all the Wayne tech.
Occasionally I'll do stuff on Steam. I was actually recently playing through the Half-Life games on Steam, because I've never played them before. I just finished Half-Life 2 recently.
We don't have the budget to replace it all. It's a risk we've got to take, Commissioner. If the children of Arkham can hack into our systems, we're completely ineffective.
And you think going into situations completely blind is any better?
Considering the alternative, yes.
Sounds like they've got the situation under control.
I've thought about it. I've never played around with Civ in any of my classes.
No, Yes, I know it takes time,
But other people have definitely recommended Civ as a potential resource.
Just please let me know when it happens. The children of Arkham aren't going to wait on us.
I suppose I can understand the truth.
One issue is that whenever I do teach the video games, I only ever have one copy of the game, and I project it in the front of the classroom, and then have one student play it at a time. So I don't know if Civ would work the best in that capacity, but if I was able to get copies for each student, then maybe it would be more useful. I'll go warn Harvey. My students did not do that.
I have to go warn Harvey. Keep an eye on this, Alfred, and have Lucius look into it as well. We need to find a way to lock them out.
Very good, sir.
Welcome back, Mr. Wayne. You can go on in. I'm back. Yes, that's right. The back tire. I'll need a rental in the meantime.
Harvey?
Back here, Bruce. Take a seat. I'll be right out. Come on, not today. Stop. It has to stop.
I never got a chance to congratulate you. It was quite the acceptance speech.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I know you weren't thrilled about me getting back out there so soon, so I'm glad I didn't listen to you. Well, it's as good as it's gonna get. You know, Bruce, I've been looking forward to this my entire career. The day Harvey Dent takes his official portrait as mayor of Gotham.
I think the thing he keeps on his face is silly looking.
And he looks like this.
In the sense that they probably could have animated whatever the mask thing is.
I'm glad you survived the trip up here, Bruce. You want to tell me what's going on? I didn't keep you waiting that long, did I?
Look, don't freak out, but I think the children of Arkham are listening in on you. You're in danger. They could have tabs on everything that goes on in this office. Who you're talking to, where you're going, everything.
Damn it!
Yeah, they definitely got some inspiration from the Nolan movies.
Bastards! They're like cockroaches. Damn it!
The face burns even look very similar, especially with the way the teeth are shown.
It's out of control. I can't stop it.
I heard Batman showed up to help.
Yeah, too late. Harvey Dent does everything by the book, to the letter of the law. But that isn't working. Sure it is. He's turning things around. Barely.
Oh, this is different. This did not happen with my students. This is very Smeagol and
Now are you gonna
Gollum.
fix this mess? Simple. Easy. Curfews after dark. Checkpoints at every bridge. Mandatory identification cards. 24/7 video surveillance.
You're acting strange, Harvey.
This whole city's acting strange.
Two-Face isn't always like that in comics, where it's like Smeagol and Gollum. It's never really two personalities. It's more just him.
Guess I got a
But this
little
is definitely
lost
going with the two dueling personality
I'm probably not getting enough sleep these days.
aspect of it.
The stress. It's just the stress.
Look, we're both under a lot of stress right now. We should be able to lean on each other.
Stronger together, right?
It's the only way.
Mr. Dent? The photographer's ready for you.
Thank you, Deborah. I'll be right out. Please, Bruce. Don't tell anyone about this. If anyone finds out or thinks I'm not fit to be mayor, it's all over.
My student said
Everything
people
I've
need to
worked
know,
for.
so I'm gonna say I don't
I've
think I
never
trust
seen
you.
this side of you, Harvey. And I sure as hell don't like it. Can I still trust you?
See you around, Bruce.
An interview with the Children of Arkham's leader. I wonder how Vicky managed to score that.
Bruce?
Have you seen today's copy of the Gazette?
It just arrived a moment ago. It seems Miss Vale has been talking to some very interesting people. People the Batman would like to find. Do you think she would be willing to help you? She may be the only lead we have on the Children of Arkham's leader. Perhaps she could be persuaded to reveal her source.
Last time we talked, I gave her a pretty valuable tip.
Sergeant Montoya's name. Though after this interview, I'm sure the police will become suspicious of all of Miss Vale's sources. And if they find out you leaked Montoya's name...
True. We need to be careful.
I was wondering if that
can't
was going to
afford
come
waste
back
time with
in
Vicky.
any capacity.
Let's offer her a chat with Batman.
Good idea, sir.
Can you scramble the line?
Right away.
Vale.
I saw your story in the Gazette this morning. I want to talk.
Who is this?
The student said Batman.
A friend
so
of
let's say.
Gotham.
Yeah, just a concerned citizen wishing to remain anonymous. Or do I now have Batman for a friend?
If you stand for Gotham, then yes.
I've been meaning to thank you. What you did at the debate.
I'm not sure I would have made it out of there otherwise. I'd say I owe you one.
Meet me at sundown. Cobblepot Park.
Deal.
Why Cobblepot Park? Previous episode showed us that the place was a dump and that no one would actually want to be there.
Strange place to meet.
Wasn't sure you were gonna show. Gotta admit, part of me thought it was a prank call. Nothing is ever this easy, especially not when you're a reporter.
Yes, why
There are
here?
Safer options out there. Why here?
Seemed topical. So, Batman. I'll skip the obvious question. The Children of Arkham seem to be your latest target. We all know their methods are extreme, but what about their message? Their leader claims that Gotham's elite have been abusing their power, often at the expense of ordinary citizens. For the record, do you think there's any validity to what they're saying? In your opinion?
No.
You saw what they did at the debate. They're terrorizing Gotham. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, some say they're liberating it.
And you believe that?
Well, it doesn't matter what I believe. I just report the facts. Their message is picking up traction, especially since the interview.
I need to know everything they told you.
Does no one read anymore?
Batman's always got his
It
big
was
boy
a
voice
lot of
on, man.
posturing and grandiose monologuing, really. We're going to purge the city of corruption, sort of thing. Not great from an investigative standpoint, but the public will eat it up. Part of the job, you know? If that's the only reason you called me, you should really just read it yourself. They aren't trying to hide their motivations.
Gotham needs to know how dangerous the children of Arkham really are. You are hiding the truth.
Huh. My editor says the physical copies are practically sold out. I'd say the truth is getting out there. It just may not be the side you like. But that's why I'm here. To get the other half I'm missing.
Where did you meet? How
Vicky
did they
Vale's usually a
contact
love
you?
interest,
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
think,
stop you
in
right
previous
there. I'm
interpretations.
not selling out a source. Not even for Batman. The
Which
circumstances
I
of that
find it kind of
meeting
nice
are
that she's
confidential.
not a love interest in this.
Just like this one.
It doesn't always need to be that way.
I'm sure you wouldn't want me telling everyone how to get a hold of you.
You're putting the safety of everyone in Gotham at risk.
Well, if you really care about the safety of Gotham, why aren't you looking at Bruce Wayne? I still want to believe he's a good guy too, but with the information that surfaced, everyone's angry. Everyone wants him to answer for what his family did. Everyone, except for you. Why haven't you gone after him yet? No way he just slipped under your radar. But so far, no action from you against him.
Because he's
Bruce
innocent.
Wayne is innocent. He's not responsible for what his father did.
Maybe not, but he still benefits from it. All those people suffered so that he could prosper up in that mansion of his. I'm not stupid. I know you have some connection with him. That data drive he gave me, that was from you.
Yeah, that's actually one of the questions I ask my students about whether or not you are at all responsible for the sins of your parents.
For years.
And the student whose response I read earlier said that Bruce is not at all responsible and that he's his own person.
To protect them from Bruce Wayne? The people want to know.
Believe me, I'll make sure Bruce Wayne's debt is repaid.
Gotham will be glad to hear it. Thank you. Good luck with the children of Arkham. I'll be sure your message gets out.
We are not done. We had a deal.
You're right. You upheld your end. God, I could lose my job for this, but... Here. This is where we met for the interview. Just please, don't tell anyone I gave this to you.
Yeah, no, this game, one of the issues of this game is that it gets really into, like, really cartoon villainy stuff where it's not super believable.
Everything's dark.
Hey, we got about 2 more seconds, probably 15 more minutes total, I think, if I remember correctly.
They may not have gone far.
They'll show eventually.
I don't doubt you. I'll continue monitoring the drone feeds from here.
Thanks. Go and have a look around.
Well, you know, in the comic book universes, billionaires are always good people. Or a lot of them are good people and heroes, so they've been conditioned.
He's been dead for a while from the looks of it. One of the children of Arkham. Loyalty doesn't get you much with these people, does it?
Seems strange.
There's something else. He was shot dead center, twice. Executed.
It outlived his usefulness, I suppose.
This man's veins. They look like Montoya's veins after she was drugged, only they're so much worse.
Right.
The same drug from the debate.
I feared we hadn't seen the last of it.
There's no puncture mark here. No entry point for an injection.
So, How did it get in his body?
They've been referencing the map. Whatever they're building must hinge on it somehow. This depot is pretty centrally located. A detonation device, but it's disabled.
They must have intended to hook it up to something.
The timer is set for 27 minutes and 13 seconds.
From now?
The numbers aren't moving. Doesn't seem to be counting down yet. This is how they were timing their route. Alfred, what stations are within a 27-minute train ride from this depot?
Looking into the transportation database now. Sir, there's just one. Mercy Street Station.
It's one of the busiest places in the city. Thousands of
I
people
mean,
go
kind of
in
like
and
the
out
train
every
scene
hour.
from Batman Begins.
I need to know what they're going to do with the drug. Exactly how they're planning on releasing it. These barrels match the shrapnel that I found at the docks.
Batman Begins is awesome. It might be my favorite to I think Dark Knight's better, but Batman Begins might be my favorite to rewatch.
Mercy Street. But how are they planning to release it?
Well, missing something.
What exactly are they planning to release?
What am I not seeing? Oh, over here.
Someone's been practicing chemistry.
What don't you like about the Dark
This
Knight?
solvent increases dermal permeability. Looks like they ran out of the absorbing agent. Something spilled here. This is the drug they've been using. Refined. It's the same as the one given to Montoya and Harvey. Traces of both chemicals here. The drug is being modified here.
How do you mean?
They're changing it. They're manufacturing the drug so that it can be absorbed through the
Oh
skin.
yeah, I see that. I see what you mean now, yeah. Anything over here? Nothing over here. What do I connect the map to? Unless there's something... Ah.
This train car has been modified.
How do you mean?
Yeah, but I love the Joker in that movie.
Clearly the holding tank. It's empty. For now. Looks like some kind of sprinkler system.
Doubtful they're planning to put out fires.
The train car is their delivery system.
Maximum coverage.
The modified train car is going to be sent to Mercy Street Station.
Did you see the most recent Joker
The
movie?
children of Arkham must have found a way to weaponize it. With a drug that can absorb into skin, it will affect
I thought it was
hundreds
okay.
of people at once.
I don't know if I would want to watch it again.
They're
'Cause it's
loading
really,
the modified drug into the
sad
tanks on
to
the
watch,
train cars,
but
dispersing
I
it
thought
to
it
the
was, I thought it was
sprinklers.
fine.
The timers are set to go off just as it rolls in over the crowds.
We aren't prepared to contain something of that scale. Releasing a drug like that in so populated an area would be devastating.
They could infect the entire city if they had enough.
Good thing you reduced their supply at the construction site.
Thankfully, there wasn't enough of the chemical to mix with the rest of the stockpile of drugs.
Yeah, there's been a bit of an oversaturation of them. I've shown the first Captain America and Wonder Woman actually when I was teaching about World War I previously, before as well.
Must be why you didn't come through on your
Especially
last
the propaganda scene in the first Captain America movie.
We're down to our last few barrels since Batman screwed up the transfer. We'll have to make do, I guess. Okay, you two, get these mixed, loaded onto the train.
This way.
Their leader is here, with Catwoman. She's got more of that absorbing agent.
For Wonder Woman, I was doing it more to discuss like some of the weaponry and their use of the poison gas in it, and No Man's Land, because that's a great scene in the movie.
She plays whatever side meets her needs.
Currently, her needs seem to be focused on keeping all 9 of her lives.
We're done here, right?
Not yet.
No. There's no part 2 of this. I got what you wanted. I'm done.
You might as well come out, Batman. I know you're here.
No way. I did not bring him here. I honored our deal.
Oh, I know you did. But now, you're a loose end. Surrender, unless you'd like to see firsthand what a critical dose looks like. She joined poor Esther Cobblepot. Death might be preferable.
I know what you have planned with the Skyrail. It's not going to happen.
Then killing you both will have to be a consolation prize.
Thanks, Bats.
Train's ready. Move out.
I'll read that comment in a second. Sorry to read and do the quick time events at the same time.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I decide when this ends. You have to face the truth sometime, Batman. You can't protect Gotham from itself. They lit the fire. We're just here to stoke the flames. Just like the other liars.
So you can see Batman's suit's actually cracked, so now I'm wondering if it'll be fixed in the future.
So short-sighted.
Batman! Catch!
Yeah, I played all of the Arkham games. It would definitely be interesting. They're a bit larger. So usually, this game's actually on the larger side as well. Most of the games I teach with are kind of like the 3 to 4 hour length in total. Whereas this one's 8 hours total, but I'm only doing that because I'm teaching from home because schools are closed. But it could be interesting to use something like Arkham Asylum is the shortest of them. And in terms of like teaching mood and setting and atmosphere in an ELA class, like it could be a unique way to go about it.
Hang in there. Don't pass out on me. Come on, Bats.
Should have gone after.
Shut up.
You could always change. I know, so my fiance is a middle school teacher, and it just makes me never want to teach middle school. The horror stories that she tells me about kids going through puberty. Yeah, I totally get more ratings. A lot of my students are over 18, so I can use games like this.
I know. Come on. Stay here, okay? Just don't move.
Thank you.
So here, it's an optional. You don't obviously don't see everything, but it's an optional scene whether or not you have sex with her. So I'm gonna see. My students obviously wanted to, so I'm gonna see what happens if I try to deny her.
Shit. You're lucky you were wearing that suit. You know that was stupid, right?
What?
Showing up at that train depot. Taking on their leader alone. Repeat after me, Bruce. I am not invincible, and painkillers do not solve the problem. You weren't gonna take them down on your own.
You're one to talk.
I never pick a fight I can't win. I don't think you're getting very far with a shoulder like this.
Oh, great.
You can stay here until morning. Feel like I owe you anyway. That's twice now. You just keep adding things to my list, don't you?
Selina.
I told you I don't like owing people. Probably best to lie low for now anyway. I don't want the children of Arkham finding this place. I had it handled, you know. With their leader. I had a plan.
I was there tracking the children of Arkham. I had no idea you'd be there.
Must have been quite the surprise.
Yeah, it was.
That was gonna be my ticket out of here. One last job to get the goons off my back. So much for that. Thanks again, Bats.
There is another way out. We can take them down together.
Wouldn't that be cute? The dynamic duo fighting crime.
Being serious.
I know. Things have a habit of not working out for me on the duo front. Oh, look who's back.
Hey, little one.
I don't think she likes you. Okay, she really doesn't like you. I don't think she's intimidated. Nice try, though. Cut it out.
So I'm just looking at one of the questions I asked about whether or not they think dialogue choices are sufficient, and Winston says that they also feel the choices are affecting the outcome
This
of the
really
game,
hasn't
and
been your
that
week, has
his
it?
physical personality prior to
You
suspicion
think?
relies a lot on what happens in it
I lost
in
my
the game,
company, my
depending on what you
reputation,
choose.
and I find out my
So
father
the student thinks that they do matter a lot,
They've all got something to
which is
hide,
good
Bruce.
because that's
Every
kind
last
of the
one
purpose of the dialogue choices.
Even the so-called good guys. There's always something.
You're wrong. There are good people out there, honest people.
Care to introduce me to one?
So even if the narrative doesn't change
Come on,
completely, at least they
Bruce.
can kind of project their
Even you have
personality
your
onto
secrets.
Bruce a little bit.
Those things you hide from the world and won't let anyone else see.
Are you saying you don't trust me?
I'm saying I probably shouldn't. You're a good man, Bruce. But good men I know what I am. No noble intentions. Just the thrill of breaking what they say can't be broken. Knowing there's no safe I can't crack. No fortress I can't infiltrate. Proving I can.
I'm never really sure if I can trust you.
Can't say I blame you for that. I've stolen from corrupt jerks like Hill, but I've taken plenty from good people, too. For what? Some shiny new toys and a crappy apartment on the edge of town? The high is nice, but it wears off. Then you look around and see nothing. So you get back out there. Try and chase that feeling down.
I think the place has charm.
What's charming about it? The leak in the ceiling or the dirty underwear on the floor?
It's not what I meant.
So I'm going to say you have the wrong idea.
I think you may have misinterpreted things.
Sorry.
I'm just wondering how it plays out differently.
Never mind.
I just want us to be friends, okay?
Yeah? I get it. Let me go get you a blanket.
Because if you do sleep with her, that has a pretty big effect going forward. So I'm wondering if it'll matter.
At least she's not hissing at you anymore.
Hooray for small miracles.
Another drink?
Got
Sure.
anything stronger than water?
What kind of a girl do you think I am? Never run into anyone else who did this, you know? You can't be Batman all the time. So what's a night off look like? What do you do when you take off the mask?
You kidding? I love being Batman. I feel more at home in the suit than I do as Bruce Wayne. You ever feel that way?
I guess I just never saw them as different to begin with. Me and Catwoman. It's the same thing. To better days ahead.
So I guess there's a little more. I didn't remember if the scene was in this episode or in the next one.
Bruce?
Morning, Alfred.
Oh, thank goodness. I was worried. I hadn't heard from you. I didn't know what happened.
I am an adult, Alfred. You don't have to keep tabs on me 24/7.
Well, when your job involves fighting masked villains at 2 in the morning, then yes, I think I do. I always fear the day you don't come home, Bruce.
I know, Al.
'Well, 'Where are you, anyway?
'I, uh... 'I... 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 I stayed at Selena's last night.
Oh?
Nothing happened.
I never said it did. While you're there, this might be a good opportunity to learn more about Miss Kyle. After all, we
I'm
really
starting to
don't
think
know
that the events are going to play out the same, even though I chose not to sleep with her.
if she's trustworthy.
She let me into her home. I'm not going to go snooping around in her personal belongings.
I understand. Merely a suggestion. At the very least, you can find that grapple gun of yours.
Right. That might be harder than you'd think. She doesn't share your love of organization.
Yes, well, I'll see you back at home, Bruce.
Pretty strong magnets on these things. Very lightweight, though. We could use something like this.
Let's take it out.
There you are. I hope she didn't break anything. Vacation spots are just marks on her burglary checklist.
Just bagels.
It looks all right to
Oh,
me.
again, I had bagels like every
At
weekend.
least. At least she's got the essentials.
Yeah, I think this is going to play out exactly the same.
Harvey.
Hey, I brought breakfast. Can I come in?
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Just for a minute. I really need to talk to you.
My students stayed hidden, so I'm going to come out in the
I'll
bedroom.
go. But I have to get... Bruce? What,
Seriously.
What are you doing here?
Have a seat, Harvey.
No! I don't need to sit down.
I spent the night here. That's it.
You... I can't believe this!
Calm down.
Don't touch me!
Okay, it's going to play out the same, because if you did sleep with her, obviously, he freaks out. But it seems like he's going to think that no matter what happens.
God, I should have known. I should have known that you would do this to me. None of it was real anyway.
Harvey, nothing happened. I promise you.
No, you don't have to answer to him.
He will not be able to protect you.
And I don't need him to. Just get out of here, Harvey.
What happens when the children of Arkham come for him? You think you won't get caught in the crossfire? You can't stop them. He can't.
I believe Selena asked you to leave.
Not that easy. Leaving. Harvey couldn't get me to do it either. I'm not going anywhere! I'm sorry.
What the hell is
Yeah,
going
definitely
on?
the dual personality angle.
Up till now, Harvey has been weak. He's been afraid.
Oh my god.
This is the monster they all know that you are. Embrace it. No. Oh God, this is what you wanted to see, isn't it, huh? The freak!
Harvey. All right, now you've got 2 seconds.
Or what? Harvey won't be pushed around anymore. No, he's gonna make them pay. Everyone who thought they could hurt him and get away with it.
Yeah, once we finish the game, I'm going to have them write not like a full essay, but at least like a short 2-paragraph response about
Yes.
how they feel about all of the dialogue choices.
Down.
And whether or not they actually add anything to the story.
Jesus, Harvey.
Of course, gotta be fair about this. Can't play favorites. They both deserve it, one way or another.
How about we flip for it?
This isn't funny.
No, it really isn't. Selena, Looks like you're first. Always getting in the middle of things.
Stay the hell away from me!
The call's already been made!
Harvey!
Bruce! No! I don't want to hurt you. This isn't... They turned their backs on you!
Harvey, put the knife down!
Selena!
He's gonna hurt someone! You know we can take him out. Have you lost your mind?
But I'm gonna beat him up because my students wore him down.
Last warning, Harvey. You walk out that door right now and I don't have to hurt you.
No going back now. Finally showing your true colors, huh?
Oh, that animation is a little weird.
Oh, God. Please. I don't want to be alone, Bruce. Please, not with him. But I can't. Oh, God, I can't listen to him.
You're not alone. We're right here.
So that actually didn't change much. This dialogue is exactly the same, regardless if you beat him up or not.
My fault.
Harvey, don't.
Bruce, I don't think we can help him. Not on our own.
It's just me. It's just me. It's just me. It's just me.
Just let me talk to him.
You don't know what you're doing. He needs a professional.
Please.
All right.
It's okay, Bruce. I'll go. I don't deserve your help. Go off with your tail between your legs. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Harvey!
So much for this place. I'm not gonna stick around and wait for him to come back. Thought it would be a while before I had to move again.
You're just gonna take off. Where will you go?
I don't know. Not a lot of apartments in Gotham with this kind of private access. Ugh. Maybe I'll live on a boat. Kidding. Yeah. That means you too. We won't go far. Don't
My
worry.
students say come to stay in Wayne Manor, so I'll say Gotham's not safe for you.
Selena, I think you should get out of Gotham. It's not just Harvey. The children of Arkham are after you. It's not safe right now.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
Put some clothes on, Bruce. It's been a
What
while.
was that about?
I'm supposed to announce my resignation at a press event today. Somehow try to appear happy that Oswald Cobblepot is taking my job.
Sounds like an opportunity.
How do you mean?
They screwed you out of your own company. You have all this information that could bring them down, and they're handing you a live mic. So use it.
Maybe you're right. This could be my chance to expose Oswald for who he really is. Let Gotham know he's a part of the Children of Arkham.
Exactly. You better get going. Guess it's gonna be a while.
Yeah. You stay safe, all right?
Same to you.
I believe this is the last scene coming up. I was confused before, but this is definitely the last one. Yeah.
I'm sorry about all this, Bruce. We've prepared a brief damage control statement to make this easier. After I introduce you, all
So
you'll
here
have to
you have
do
to
is
read out a
read what's on
statement
the
as you
teleprompter.
transition
then
power
I
into
can
company,
take it from
and you can
there.
choose to either
Got
read the
my little
teleprompter or
coronation
go
speech
against
just
it.
waiting.
My students actually chose
Thank
to
you
read
for
the
being so
teleprompter
cooperative about all this, Bruce.
and like make it an
It
easy
really is for
transition,
the
but I'm
best.
gonna
For everyone.
kind of just say what I'm thinking.
I know it's unfair to ask this of you, but please. Right now, your reputation, your entire legacy, depends on your cooperation. Get through today, and I can help you. I can convince the board to bring you back. It might
I
not
won't
be
do it.
CEO, but it will be something.
I haven't had a say in any of this, and you expect me to cooperate? I won't do it.
This is about more than just your ego, Bruce. It's in everyone's best interest for you to gracefully step down.
Already then, we are going to make quite a splash today, aren't we? I don't think I'm ever going to forget this day. Beautiful weather, corporate intrigue, a well-deserved comeuppance.
I wouldn't be so confident if I were you, Oz. The show hasn't started yet.
Maybe for you, but I've read your script, so I already know how this story is going to end.
That's enough, both of you. It's time. Bruce, I'm going to introduce you, and then you're on. Please, stick to the teleprompter. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. Wayne Enterprises has always taken its role in the community very seriously.
Isn't it funny how everything I said to you in the park has come true? Me, taking everything that's yours. And that's not even a punchline. No, dear, not even close. No one's gonna follow you around and take pictures now. It'd almost be sad if you were so bloody handsome.
I know who you really are, Oz. And I'm gonna expose you.
Oh yeah, the bad guys in this game are not subtle at all.
Things, Bruce. This is just a first step towards making things right. Soon enough, it'll be Cobblepot Industries, Cobblepot Medical, and Cobblepot Tech on tops of buildings, and you, Waynes, will be what you should have been all along. A forgotten footnote. Cobblepot will come to mean the future of Gotham. And Wayne will be a story no one wants to hear.
What the Waynes built would not have been possible without the Cobblepots, Oswald. I suppose you deserve it as much as I do.
Bloody right, I
That's
do.
probably not what I meant to
Glad
say.
you're coming around to my way of thinking. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did some digging, and you know how old Hill admitted he had your mom and dad killed? I found out why he did it. Oh yeah, and I'll tell you the story, but only if you say, pretty please. It's quite the page, Turner. I'm sure you're just dying to hear it.
I don't need to know why. Hill had them killed. That's all that matters.
Well, I certainly didn't expect that. But suit yourself. Now you'll never know what part your mum played in it.
And now, Bruce Wayne would like to say a few words.
Remember, enjoy yourself, Bruce. After all, you never know how much time you really have left.
So yeah, my students read it, so I'm just gonna
I've been asked
not
here
read
today
it.
to lie to you, to regurgitate a script prepared by the company, all to hide the fact that I have been forced out. But I won't do that. I will not lie to save face.
One moment, folks. Try that again, and I'll call security.
No.
I know what my father did. I know how much he hurt you. But I am nothing like him. His actions are his own.
Stop trying to save face.
Unfortunately, the board is more concerned with good PR than they are with actual solutions. They don't care about making things right. They only care about what looks good.
What are you doing?
Thinks he's being cute, is what he's doing. Security!
Step back, Mr. Wayne.
That was quite a show you put on, Bruce.
My apologies. Folks, please forgive me, Mr. Wayne. Everyone. I, for one, completely understand his behavior today.
Nice statement. The press seemed to eat it up. I rather enjoy
So
it
he actually
myself.
gets escorted off the
Not that
stage
it'll
like this,
change
no matter what.
anything.
Must be quite hard to let
Ignore me if you like. I'm not going away.
It's not an easy thing, seeing something you've come to have as part of your identity.
Dropped your pen.
You're very
That's not...
taken over by another. I should know. I'm sure some of you remember the former beauty of
You feel that?
Park.
That's the drug taking hold of you.
How could you?
Retribution, Bruce.
So she's actually the villain of the game.
I am Lady Arkham. And you already know the penguin. Look at him up there, taking everything that should belong to you. Mocking you, the smug, insignificant bastard. He thinks he can get away with it. Because none of them know who he really is. They wouldn't believe you if you told them.
And if we could just get one more round of applause for our friend, the man of the hour, Bruce Wayne!
Oh, I agree. He was a good character. I liked him a lot.
It would be so easy to get rid of him. Who else will deliver justice?
And that's the end of episode 3, and then it brings you through some of the choices you made and compares it to other people. Right, so I mean 60% of the people chose to help Montoya. %68% of the people provoked Oswald, which I didn't do. Most people told Lucius to stay, which I didn't do. Obviously, most people want to sleep with Selena, which I didn't do. And then most people don't beat up Harvey, like I did. Right, and that's it. So that's episode 3. It'll go into a preview for next week. Or for the next episode, which so I'll do episode 4 of the game same time next week at 7:30. Which I actually just played episode 4 with my students today. Because I play a week behind what they've already done.
After his shocking and atrocious display of violence towards Oswald Cobblepot and members of the press, Bruce Wayne has demonstrated
thanks for coming, Historian. It was great to have you in chat.
Stability. That's why, effective immediately, I have signed the order to have
if you know any other teachers that are interested potentially teaching video games, bring them over, because I would love to have more. Today was a little low attendance. I know we had some internet issues, but hopefully we can get. I'm trying to get more teachers in the chat over time.
I believe that Gotham's citizens deserve to be safe, that they deserve to be protected. Even if that means I have to do it myself.
Spoilers.
With the children of Arkham out in full force, we need him now more than ever. Where is Batman?
Yeah, definitely have your colleague come hang out. So we got 2 more weeks of playing through Batman, and then I haven't decided what game I'll play next. If you're into D&D, you should. So this channel that I'm streaming on right now, Geeks Like Us, it's not my channel. I partnered with them to do these streams, and they actually have a D&D stream that they do called Clinical Role, where they're a group of psychologists who play D&D together, which you should look into. If you go to their Twitter page, you can see the schedule for all the stuff that they do. You might find that interesting. But yeah, I'll be here again. Thanks again for coming, and I'll be here again next week. And I'll see you later. You too. See ya.